Good morning, everyone. Adam Sandler, Gal Gadot, Donald Trump, Benjamin Netanyahu, Jeffrey Epstein, and Giancarlo Esposito. You might be wondering, why is he mentioning so many different random people's names all in one sentence that have nothing to do in common? Well, they actually have a lot more in common than you might think. For starters, they're all associated with or have worked with the American Israeli Public Affairs Committee, better known as AIPAC. You might be asking, what is AIPAC? AIPAC, or a PAC, and a political action committee is also known as a PAC, in general, is an organization that raises and spends money to influence our elections. They collect donations from members or supporters, then either use that money to donate to a political candidate they support or to try to prevent a political candidate they oppose from winning. In the United States, we have thousands of these PACs. And standard domestic PACs fight for and advocate for local interests, such as farming, gun rights, stuff like that. But PACs that advocate for foreign interests, like AIPAC, are legally compelled to register under the Foreign Agents Registration Act, also known as FARA, because AIPAC has direct correlation and connection with the Israeli government, but it is exempt from registering as a foreign agent, leading for millions of Israeli dollars infiltrating our system to benefit Israel's best interests instead of the American people's. The first step to prevent Israel from acting recklessly is for their involvement in the United States government to be law-abiding and transparent. In this speech, I'll be speaking about why we must be aware of AIPAC-funded politicians, the dangers of U.S. politicians working for the best interests of Israel, and why Israel does not deserve any funding from the United States. Let's take a look at AIPAC's influence over the United States Congress. 329 out of our 434 Congress members takes money from AIPAC. Now, how does AIPAC controlling members of Congress work? The process is pretty simple. AIPAC donates money to these people's campaigns in return for them to pledge to always vote for the best interests of Israel. More locally, our very own representative of Pennsylvania's 15th congressional district, Glenn Thompson, has accepted $26,000 to prioritize Israel over us, and in return has voted yes for every single aid package going to Israel since 2023, totaling over $300 billion. That's $300 billion that could have gone to putting ACs in Pollock, gone overseas to a genocidal country. You might be asking, why is this such a big deal to send money to Israel and to help our allies? Don't they just want peace? Or as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu would say.
No one wants peace more than the people.
I'll take you out of context right there, Mr. Prime Minister. Israel has killed over 73,000 Palestinians, including 21,000 children, and has injured over 174,000 Palestinians. Israel carried out strikes in 8 different countries in 2025 alone. Israel has dropped over 50,000 tons of bombs on Gaza. For comparison, Hiroshima and Nagasaki had 35,000 tons of bombs dropped on them combined. Benjamin Netanyahu himself has a warrant out for his arrest by the International Criminal Court due to the war crimes he has committed against the people of Gaza. This means that to the average American voter, they're obviously not a nation to support or send their taxpayer dollars to. To combat this, AIPAC donates money in 2 ways, either to support a pro-Israel candidate to win an election or to ensuring the loss of an anti-Israel candidate. Part of taking AIPAC money is to pledge your unwavering support for Israel and all they do, whether you like it or not. AIPAC does not choose a political party to support. They will support any candidate on either side of the political spectrum if they vow to support Israel no matter what. A recent example of this is the primary race in Kentucky's 4th congressional district, with Republicans Thomas Massie and Ed Gelrain going head to head. Due to Thomas Massie's condemnation of Israel and his opposition of the war in Iran, AIPAC spent a whopping $15 million to unseat him in the form of helping his opponent, Ed Gelrain, win. This was after AIPAC reached out directly to Thomas, offering him money to change his stance on Israel, which he declined. Now let's take a look at the solution here. AIPAC must register as a foreign lobby and adhere to FARA rules and regulations. They are directly working for a foreign government and they're funding a foreign nation committing a genocide in Palestine. A measure that we as voters can take is to not vote for politicians who favor foreign funding foreign genocidal governments over the American people. The U.S. has sent over $300 billion to Israel. Israel has free healthcare and we do not. Why are we funding another country's healthcare when we can't even fund our own? Israel does not want peace, they want war, and U.S. taxpayers do not deserve to fund it. AIPAC continues to meddle in American elections, escape our rules, and use our taxpayer dollars to carry out genocides and war crimes in our name. Enough is enough. Do not vote for AIPAC politicians. Call your representatives and demand transparency. Do not allow for your taxpayer dollars to go overseas when there's so much work needed here back home in the US. Oh, we're excited. Thank you.